keep going. I keep going way up. I keep going. 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 I keep going.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 131st episode of Sports Centered, your local leader in sports. I am Sunshine, joined by BigCat and the notorious Jake, and I'm really excited because we had a hell of a week.
I had a hell of a week. Hell of a week of football. Nothing like that first wild card weekend.
Dude, the past few years, I feel like the wild card weekend has not been that. Typically, I feel like there's a handful of blowouts, but every game had its moments. There were some awesome fucking games, and every game had its moments. It's not like there was anything that wasn't worth having on. You know what I mean? Like maybe not watch intently, but I think it was a good week of football. And do we want to talk basketball real quick before we get into it, or is there anything we want to discuss before we get into it?
No, let's get right into some basketball. You go ahead and take the lead there, Sunshine.
I'm not going to talk too much about it, but Trae Young, Ice Trae, was traded to the Wizards for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. Yes, the C.J. McCollum. I don't want to talk about it too much. If Jake has any other notes, great. But it's.
Can I chime in?
Please. Oh no.
Seems a little light, no? I mean, listen, as somebody who is not a big NBA guy or basketball fan, like I identify that Trae Young is a talented young superstar. CJ McCollum, maybe I'm wrong, is he not over the hill? And I don't know who Corey Kispert is. So maybe he's the next big thing.
I'm really upset. We should have put a fake name in there because Corey Kispert doesn't sound like he sounds like a hockey. He looks like a hockey player.
What do you see? It's a little different because you picture him, like you know what Corey Kispert looks like. Like I see
handsome.
I see the elves on the Rice Krispie box. That's what I see.
Essentially, yes.
That's what I associate him with.
Big Cat, I don't think you're. I mean, it's weird because Trae Young's value has absolutely tanked. I mean, the Hawks have gone nowhere. He's an oddly selfish player that racks up assists. I don't how to I guess say that. But his value is nothing right now. Like he went to the Wizards because it's like, oh, okay, it'll be kind of fun with the worst team in the league type of thing. Like he wanted out of Atlanta and he wanted to go to the worst team in the league just so he could be the best guy on the worst team kind of thing, And I think that says a lot about Trae and where he is at in his career. He's fun to watch, but I don't think he's a guy that you necessarily want on your team if you're looking to compete. Does that make sense? He's going to put up numbers, Big Cat. You're going to see 20 and 10, 25 and 10, but his value is nothing. And I think getting Kispert back is good for the Hawks. CJ McCollum is just a veteran wing at this point. Veteran guard doesn't really matter. But I think that's just where Trae is at right now.
Kispert treat.
Yes.
Okay.
We might. Okay. So whenever Ja gets traded, Jake, remind me to put in a fake name, or I'll remind you to put in a fake name.
I'm going to snipe that thing so hard. This was your opportunity.
Jake, I just really hope they throw somebody in there that's going to just be absolutely real. Oh, man. But Jake's pissed tonight, guys. Jake's really upset. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how we work through this. I just want everybody to know. And hopefully this makes it to the YouTube so everybody can see how pissed off Jacob is. Jacob's furious.
I'm not going to send the video.
No, we don't want any videos out this week, huh?
Jake's a big Greg Roman guy, which is why he's so upset tonight.
Yes.
Oh.
That's it.
Greg Roman, Mike Tomlin guy.
Okay, I got to stop you there.
About big Kevin Patullo guy?
Yeah.
Patullo?
Him too, yeah.
I see some errors in the notes here. I don't want to call Jake out because he does such a good job and he's so accurate, but I got to play Jake here for a minute here. Kevin Patullo not fired.
Yeah.
And Mike Tomlin not fired.
He got fired.
He did not get fired because the Steelers are retaining the bird rights. So it's like a Sean Payton situation where when he wanted to go to the Broncos, the Saints were able to work out a trade package. The Steelers are doing the same thing. So they let him walk away, but they maintain his last 2 years of his contract.
They forced him out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're just as right. Like, you're right. They were, but they still think they're going to get some trade value out of him, which they might.
Yeah.
What did the Broncos get? A second?
They got
the Saints.
The Saints got a first, a second, and then they gave the Broncos a third, I believe, was the full trade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's paying off just enough for them to lose in Buffalo. Lose to Buffalo.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, they didn't have a game this week because they got a bye this week.
Jim, we'll see.
Uh-huh. We will see. Oh, like you go ahead. Lead into it. Yep, go ahead.
You're talking about the firings. Greg Roman got fired. You said that. Kevin Patullo, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. He didn't get fired. Sirianni's like, I still like him, but he's not the OC. That was really weird how they did that. You can't do that. You got to let the guy go. You can't do that. Like, that's not how that works. So that's going to be a dumpster fire. And then Tomlin also steps down / whatever. And we didn't talk about Mike McDaniel getting fired either. It feels like old news at this point, but that was a genuine firing. Like 5 days later than everybody else? That was really weird. But he's going to be just fine. He's already got head coaching interviews. All right. That's kind of the roundup. So there's two things I wanted to get into before we get into the slate. And I want your guys' thoughts. First one's going to be more on topic because we're here. We're talking about the coaching carousel. The Titans are now or have slated, I think it's 16 total head coaching interviews. I saw this and I lost my mind. BigCat, what are your thoughts on that? Tell me what you think about the Titans interviewing this many candidates and probably more.
So anytime you hear something that is seemingly way out in left field, it's always the Jets or the Browns or the Titans or some dumb fucking stupid team that is they're the smartest people, and here's how we're going to do it. We're going to draft quarterback every pick this year. It's going to work out great. Like, it's been a joke forever. Like, this is going to be, but the Titans will look at that and be like, you know what? Let's actually fucking do it. I'm Amy Adam Schuster. I know what I'm doing. We're going to do this. Let's bring in a fucking army of potential coaches and see what they're up to. We know when we sit down with the right guy, it's going to click. And so far of the Adam Strunk legacy, she sat down with Mike Vrabel and he was not the right guy. And she sat down with Brian Callahan and he was the right guy. So what does it matter if you're interviewing 100 candidates when your evaluation is so far off? I feel bad for Cam Ward. We're going to say I feel bad for Cam Ward so much over the next 5 years.
Chat, I love it. I think we're on the same page. One of my buddies the other day said that like the Titans are quietly one of the like worst run organizations. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, it's not really that quiet. If you just, if you pay a little bit of attention, sure, they're not making headlines because nobody gives a shit. That's just how what's the word? They're not relevant. But I saw that and I immediately thought desperation. That reeks desperation. They're casting a wide net. And what I also thought of, a good buddy of mine, I won't say his name, is a fiend on the dating apps, Tinder, all the things. And every once in a while, he'll send us like a screenshot of just like ridiculous profile, whatever it is. It's a good time. But it'll always be somebody in like the middle of buttfuck Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what are you doing? How are you like even seeing these folks? And what it comes down to is he's casting a wide net, right? He's a little bit desperate. So you got to cast as far as you possibly can, as many candidates as you possibly can. And essentially what I'm saying is the Titans are just a desperate, they're just desperate.
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious to me. Like that's how you do things. That'll work out. You know, you don't do any research beforehand. You don't really just narrow down like 3-4 guys that you want and interview maybe a handful of others that might surprise you. You're going to interview everybody, end up not liking any of them, and force somebody in the position that you don't want, and then you're going to fire them in 2 years, and it's going to go on. And that coach is probably going to go on to win Coach of the Year a few years later, and everybody's like, why the fuck did you fire him? But whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you could be talking about the Browns or the Titans at this point. But I again, as much as we've trashed the Browns and God, are they a garbage organization and decision makers?
what do you mean?
They're still I do still think they're ahead of the Titans. Like the Titans are I don't know. I can't be as mean as I need to be to them.
And you know what? It's not, aside from the ownership and just the weird shit that they've done over the past however many years, and I don't know if they had a change that it kind of just went downhill, but they have their quarterback. They have a shit ton of cap space. They have high picks. Like, you can see the vision, but, that's Vrabel had the same thing. You know what I mean? And you got to get a good GM in there. I think Vrabel was a great coach, but boy, did he! I think he overperformed with the roster that he had. And then by the time that he left, the money that they had on the table to certain players and the aging, like just insane. But they'll do it again. Don't worry.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. I'm sure somebody will come right into Tennessee and turn that thing around.
Overnight, probably.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. 16 interviews, huh?
That's the number I saw.
Yeah.
And I won't be doing any further research to verify if it's true or not.
It seems even extra ridiculous that like there's no even if you're one of the top candidates, why would you even consider slopping it up with 15 other people?
Slopping it up.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a waste of time.
Yeah, it's just especially in this climate where there's 8 openings now, and you
8 or 9,
and you have some guys.
in this
Okay,
economy?
so like Tomlin, Harbaugh, like they might sit a year, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
There was a report that Tomlin plans on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Harbaugh, maybe Harbaugh comes out in a week. It's like, you know what? I haven't been to the beach in 15 years. I don't know, but it wouldn't be unusual for a coach to take a year off. But right now, these guys are out there and available. It's just such a position to put yourself in. And the Browns have done it as well. And like I said, the Browns, for all the clusterfuck they are, somehow I think are still ahead of the Titans in the competency department.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. One other note I wanted to get into before we get into this wild card weekend here. Tony Romo. I was sitting watching the game with Alan, and I want it to be known that I love Jim Nantz. I think Jim Nantz is great. Tony Romo is the most unlistenable person in any sport, all of sports, period, ever, maybe. He was so brutal. Like, it feels like every time I listen to him, I'm glad that there were so many eyes, so many ears on this game. One of the worst called games I've ever heard. He was making shit up. There were flags that were happening that weren't real. He was just making them up in his head. And just stating the obvious over and over again, and then contradicting what he said earlier on, and then also complimenting him, boosting himself up a little bit at the same time. Just the most insane fucking like performance I've ever seen. And there's two things that I know after this week is one, if we tried hard, we could be NFL GM/owners.
Mhm.
Two, if we tried hard, we could be color commentators in any sport if we tried hard. And I don't know, that's where I'm at. I've been really upset about Tony Romo for years, and it's finally looking like maybe things are coming to a head, but I want to know what your guys' thoughts, THOTS, are on that.
Well, you're 100% right on us. We could absolutely hop in there and commentate a game. I think we both saw the Monsters Monstropolis game this year and thought, man, that would be fun. That would be a good thing to call. But
it's a real shame that Chalubi lost his life, but
well, is it a shame or did he deserve it?
He wasn't very good at what he did, but he tried hard. That's what this is all about.
Tony Romo, after he retired, like early on in his broadcast career, was universally praised. Like everybody loved him and he did a good job. And it seems
Were you a part of it? Did you like him then too?
I like Tony Romo, yeah. Early Tony Romo was sharp, man. He was calling out defenses. He was a Cap Sunshine. You go watch some of these early games, these early Romo games. He was calling defenses. He was calling the plays.
It's not what we want, though. Let the game breathe. Let the game happen.
No. I want to know. I want to see the analytical mind. The problem is, like you said, Tony Romo has gone from there's perspective of a former quarterback who is breaking down a defense in an interesting and new way to a cliched announcer that isn't good at it. And he has gone kind of full circle. He still does some of the breakdowns and things, but it was ugly this weekend. And Tom Brady's doing a better job of retired quarterback breaking down the game as it happens in a color commentary position than like that's what Tony Romo was out of the gate. And that's
why he was different. That's why people liked him. I didn't like that.
Maybe
personally.
Yeah. But you're right. He's fallen off, man. It was rough this past weekend. And Tom Brady is doing better than when he started out. So yeah, it's been quite the shift for Tony Romo.
Tony Romo. I don't have any other notes. If you guys want to jump into the games, you guys have anything else?
No, let's go.
So Los Angeles Rams 34, Carolina 31. Easy win for the Rams here. Just totally took it to the Carolina Panthers and Baby Bryce. Just really put their dicks in the dirt and pulled this one out with ease.
Let's go through here because a couple things. One, Big Boy Bryce.
Bryce.
In a loss.
I won't call him Baby Bryce.
This is Big Boy Bryce.
He won. Bryce.
No, this is all on the Carolina defense. But after the Panthers pull ahead and Bryce Young makes an incredible throw to take the lead there. Or they tie it up. I don't remember, but they tied it up, I think. Is there a quarterback in football with any amount of time left at the end of a game that you're more uncomfortable having the last possession right now than Matthew Stafford? Like,
oh man,
goddamn! Like
that's an awesome question, and no,
yeah,
and that's what he's known for.
Yeah, right.
Like, I mean, like you can say Josh Allen because he can do it all, but I think Matt Stafford is inarguably more clutch.
Mm-hmm.
And then the weapons, man, like pick your poison.
Mm-hmm.
And I think is it Colby Parkinson, the tight end that's been going off too. Like it doesn't matter who it is at this point. They're gonna find a way. And Matt Stafford is gonna look like Matt Stafford from 10 years ago, if not better.
Yeah. No, that's exactly, when Devontae was down a couple weeks there, they looked a little rough. But in the playoffs, in a big situation, end of the game, it's just kind of like, oh, damn it. Like the Rams are definitely going to score here and win here. Like they just definitely are. I'm sorry, Big Boy Bryce, but Big Boy Bryce earned his stripes. Think of last year. Think of the growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Andy Dalton was
You
coming in and everybody was like, Andy Dalton's better.
You know what the difference is?
He gave up pornography.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Retaining his semen.
Retaining his, women weaken legs,
Yes.
as Mick said in Rocky 1. So,
Oh boy. I don't want to start the Rocky conversation again. Oh, we need to sit down and watch those movies, Big Cat.
yeah,
Man,
I'm
that would
starting
be
with
a good
JD
time.
this weekend.
No, you aren't.
Yes.
He's gonna hate it.
I don't care. Get over it. Learn.
I also how old is JD?
12.
I don't think he can watch anything for more than 20 seconds at this point.
No.
Like, not like I can barely do it, but short form media has like fried people's brains.
Yeah.
And I'm part of that.
You're right.
I can't,
You're right. I got to
Big
get him
Cat,
to the fight.
if I was
get to the fight. And then
if I
we're
was
good.
12 trying to sit down and watch Rocky today, no way, man. No way.
There's like an hour and 10 minutes before
What's he gonna think when
meaningful fighting starts happening.
What's he gonna think when Rocky corners Adrian in the stairs? What's he gonna think? Dad, is this okay?
Yeah, it's fine. That's the way it was back in the 70s. It was a different time.
Oh,
people were cornered and forced into sexual acts. All right.
Can we commentate the movies and post it, or is there a copyright?
There's copyright. I would love to.
Ah.
I looked into that. Did I? I don't know if I ever talked to you about that, but I looked. There's a list of like expired copyright movies that we could commentate over and
we
could
should
release.
do that.
I'm in. Like I would love.
Yeah, that would be
rip
a
a movie
blast.
apart. It'd be great.
That would be a good time. Let's put that one in for later, and Richie will hear this, so he can help us for sure. Anyway, that's the Rams Panthers.
That's Rams Panthers. Sucks if you're a Panthers fan. I know I was a little aggressive to the Panthers last week, and for good reason, because they've been so hot and cold all year, but they really did put up a fight against the team that like 65% of people are picking to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like the Rams are really, really good, and they have a veteran quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, a Super Bowl winning coach, and Big Boy Bryce took it to him and had him there right down to the last minute.
Yeah, and something that I was saying today is that I feel like the Rams can play down, and the Panthers absolutely play up. We see it. We've seen it. What a weird fucking team, but it'll be interesting because they're a team that still has money. They're a team that has young talent. They're a team that still has picks. Like, it's going to be interesting. I'd like to see how they can improve off of this season.
Yeah, and if David Tepper wasn't such a horse's ass,
that guy
it'd be a
sucks.
fun team to root for going into next year.
Yeah,
but
there's something about Dave Canales and his lack of zest for porn anymore. That just that I just can't get behind.
Yeah, come up to his eyeballs.
Yeah,
yeah.
Bad case of cum belly, typically. Green Bay 27, Chicago 31. I don't think I have ever been more upset about a non-Browns game.
Okay.
My Packers, mine and Jake's Packers, all year Jake's pissed. All year I've been harping on him. All year I've been excited. All year I said that, they're for real, they're this, they're that. Losing Micah Parsons hurts. They lost a handful of games they shouldn't have lost. They were up 21-3 at one point. Or I think that was at half. Everything was going great. Caleb Williams was throwing interceptions. The offense was humming in the first half. The defense was great. And it all fell apart. Brandon McManus left 7 points on the board. And they had one of the biggest choke jobs ever off the back of some great Caleb Williams passes. I don't want to, and I do want to say, I feel like the Packers lost this game. I don't feel like the Bears won this game. Does that make sense?
Oh, I hear you.
But these are your Bears, and I want you to talk about them. I'm upset.
Okay. So a couple things here. I'm going to talk about this game for a minute. This was, I think, the best playoff game, and among a group of really good playoff games. This was the one for me. I'm not a Bears fan. I'm not a Packers fan. Regardless
You're
of the
a little bit of a Bears fan.
I'm a little bit. I like the Bears this year.
Can I say one more before
Sure.
I forget, Big Cat? I don't like the Bears. Fuck the Bears. They're cocky. They're arrogant. And that handshake at the end of the game, that was fucked up, Ben Johnson. You little
And then he went in the locker room and he yelled, "Fuck the Pack!"
You know what? You know what? I'm all for that part. That part I'm all for. You're in your locker room. You at least give your intra-divisional foe a good handshake. You don't do that. That's some bullshit. Sorry.
No,
Fuck
that's
the
fine.
Packers,
That's
absolutely.
fine. You know
and if
what?
I'm a Packer, if I'm LaFleur, that I respect. The lack of handshake is no.
No, he gave him a handshake. He gave him a solid handshake on his way.
Solid.
Solid. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just gave him a quick
No,
little
you show
shake.
your respect. Hey, great season, coach. Great game.
Yeah.
See you next year.
Enjoy the beach.
Not. Yeah, that's fine. Say that. Say that, but at least shake the man's hand. That's that fucking clip of the guy in the airplane. Shake my hand. I want to shake his hand. That's what I want Ben Johnson to have done to LaFleur. He deserves better.
It'd have been funnier if he nut tapped him and then just kept walking.
You know what this reminds me of? It was when Harbaugh shook the hand of Jim Schwartz, except he gave him a bitch-ass handshake, and then Jim Schwartz goes and chases him down and has to be held back because he's so fucking pissed.
That's a guy I want at the helm.
Yeah, okay.
We
The
might
guy that'll
get
fight over a handshake.
we might get him at the helm. I really fast on the Browns. I know that like last week you could only interview coaches that were like on the staff, like you couldn't interview anybody outside of the organization yet. But I do think it's very funny that they let Stefanski go and then looked at the OC and the DC and were like, all right, well, let's see what you guys got. Like,
Yeah.
You just let Stefanski go. Like, I don't know. We talked about promoting Schwartz. I just think it's funny, well, maybe you guys are the answer though. Like, well, they were in the building this year, weren't they? Anyway.
I think Tommy Reese was like a pity interview.
Yeah.
But I really hope Schwartz was a real one.
I hope he's on the Titans list. Do you think Reese is on the Titans list of 500
Oh my
people
God,
they're
that'd be
interviewing?
hilarious. That would be really. Hey, this guy got a head coaching interview. We should bring him in.
Let's just see. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We're bringing in 50 people. Why not?
Ever to the Raiders linebacker coach? That guy sounds like he's due. Bring him in.
Let's get back to Bears and Packers because I want to
Please.
talk about this game a little bit. A couple things. One, I disagree completely. McManus did screw up the Packers. They should have
7
won the
points.
game. Should have won the game. I agree with you there. But I actually think the Bears were outplaying the Packers outside of the first quarter and a half, where the Packers offense did whatever they wanted. Once they started getting pressure on Jordan Love, like, I mean, the Bears were pissing away opportunity after opportunity. They drove down I'm sorry, they got a turnover, turned the ball right back over on the 3-yard line, and then 3 straight plays. At the end of the first half, they had the big play to who had it? It wasn't Dobbs. Was it Watson that jumped over the end zone? And
Yes.
barely almost a touchback. The next play, almost an interception. And then right after that, almost a fumble. Like 3 scoring opportunities. The Packers almost turned the ball over 3 plays in a row. Didn't do it. They end up scoring. Like you said, it's 21-3 at half. And it was 21-6 going into the fourth quarter. And my beefcake, Caleb Williams, my beefcake, Justin Grove, SpongeBob champion beefcake of the week, showed he's got that clutch gene, that playoff gene. Like it or don't, like it or don't.
No. 2
This
interceptions.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. When it mattered most, down 3 scores against your
Can't wait for
biggest
the
rival
fuck by
in
the
the
Rams.
playoffs,
Fucked.
he came back. The defense held strong. They gave Caleb an opportunity. That 4th and 8 pass, Kevin. How do you not love that pass? How do you not love that pass?
It was a great pass. It was a great pass.
That's what he
Real
can do.
shame that one wasn't intercepted as well. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
That's what Caleb Williams can
Great
do.
pass.
He and the reason he's my beefcake, and this was written in the second quarter with the Bears down. Like, this was not Caleb Williams was named beefcake before that throw because he was barking at his receivers. And that's the story we've seen flip. The script has flipped from early in the season. Early in the season, it was Caleb Williams is still learning. He's still missing timing routes. He's still learning Ben Johnson's offense. They were not meshing the best early on. And that has shifted into Caleb Williams is bitching his receivers out when they are missing their routes. They're mistiming. They're running the wrong routes. He is letting them know. And he's taking control. He's taking ownership and leading the Chicago Bears. And I'm excited about this Bears team. They're a little spicy, man. Caleb Williams, beefcake, congratulations, well deserved. Not only spicy off the field, but now spicy on the field.
All right.
You just got to take it.
I am.
All right. All right. And you got what's Bears Rams? Yeah. Oh yeah. Whew, this is going to be a good weekend of football.
I'm excited. We got some good games. I think some I think some underdogs are going to come out with some wins. Buffalo 27, Jacksonville 24. This was another awesome game. I don't know what really you say other than, I mean, Josh Allen was the better quarterback at the end of the day, and they won. You know what I mean? Like, I want to give the Jags some credit. You know, I kind of turned around on them, but, just wasn't quite there yet. I didn't realize that they had the best rush defense in the league, but that makes sense. I've talked about their linebackers, two of the best in the league, the best duo in the league. And then even Buffalo, they were saying they had the number 1 pass defense, which that blows my mind. Christian Benford's awesome. After Jordan Poyer got hurt, which it's crazy that they're back down to Jordan Poyer. Ohio State's Jordan Hancock was lost in the secondary. Absolutely lost. So it's shocking that their defense or that pass defense has been that good this year. They're looking at getting Ed Oliver and I think somebody else back next week. So we'll see what that looks like. But I think these were 2 really evenly matched teams. It came down to experience and quarterback, and Josh Allen pulled it out, man. It was just another fun game. But I'm falling in love with Jacksonville. now. Big
I
Cat
like to
and
hear
Parker Washington for
I
sure.
like to hear that. Yeah, that's it's funny. I read an article yesterday, that, of all days to write this article or release this article. It was about Christian
9/11.
Kirk. No, well, it was
Sure.
about
Oh,
how smart the Jaguars were to let Christian Kirk walk to give Parker Washington playing time, which Parker Washington has been really good, but just
awesome.
of course Christian Kirk pops up for the first time in 2 years last night. But um
Did you hear what Stephen A. called him?
you call him Charlie Kirk.
Jake, did you see
see
that?
I oh my god.
Oh, you got to find it.
It's
He
I
didn't even know
wish
he did it.
he didn't, and then there's like a little bit of dead air, and man, so many jokes could have been made. I wish it wasn't like ESPN,
Really,
I wish
uh,
that
really
somebody
killed
could
that
have
broadcast.
somebody could have just cracked one. Um, it doesn't even have to be a Charlie Kirk joke. I mean, nothing. I'm not even making a
It's
Charlie Kirk
funnier.
joke.
Oh,
No, like it could have been a Stephen A joke. Um, but no, that's yeah, whatever. Uh, this
no,
game,
expand.
I'm not going to expand. Uh, no, it was a hell of a game, and I think Josh Allen, like you had said, is right behind Matthew Stafford on guys you don't want to have the ball at the end of the game. Of course, Buffalo scores, and they gave the ball back to Trevor Lawrence, who has been fighting this imposter syndrome ever, especially since he signed that huge extension, that huge new contract. Um, I think it's safe to say Trevor Lawrence is the guy who's pretty disappointed that last drive ended up in a pick, though. Like,
Yeah,
you got to do it. You got it. Now's your chance. You can go win the game.
that was
And
like that was such an abrupt ending.
yeah,
Honestly, like
sucked.
I was just like, what the? Like it just
And it's
over.
over.
Yeah, right, just over. But yeah, I mean, you're right. That's gonna happen. But I'm excited to see what they do moving forward. I mean, at this point, man, you put Travis Hunter full time defense because boy was that Greg Newsome Tyson Campbell trade not as good as it looked on paper.
Yeah.
But their receiving core is solid, dude. After they got Jacoby, if Brian Thomas figures it out, maybe sophomore slump, whatever it is, Parker Washington's awesome. I don't know if Diami Brown's still under contract, but he was a guy that in fantasy I was sitting on both of those guys for a long time because I didn't know who was going to break out. And Parker Washington, absolute stud. Like, I mean, they have pieces now. Put him on defense. Fill the roster as needed, and who knows? Who knows? That defense performed much better than we thought they would.
Oh
And
yeah.
there was one play Travon Walker made. I think it would have been James Cook, one of the best running backs in the league, had the most wide open cutback lane that I've ever seen. And he's about to take it, and Trayvon Walker makes one of the best plays I've seen a backside D end make with staying home and being agile enough to make that tackle. It was awesome. And
Hmm.
if they keep building on plays and players like that, man, it's a different ball game.
Yeah, for sure. And I know like it's something that is mentioned a lot, but like open field tackling is so important. Like you look at the Texans defense, like they're the number one defense in the league because they can tackle in the open field. Like
Everybody
they
tackles.
yes, everybody tackles properly. They wrap up. Nobody's going for these high hits. Nobody's, limp dicking these hits. Um it's it's where Jacksonville is heading. It's where the AFC South is heading, except for Tennessee. But um it's I don't know, man. It was impressive the defensive growth under a brand new offensive head coach. The defense took leaps. So, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, maybe Liam Cohen is. What did the one reporter say? I think she called him the one. I'm like, all right, that was like, did you guys see that?
Yeah.
No.
The one reporter like complimented him, and people were really weird about it. Honestly, like whatever. Like she's doing her job different than most people, but she's doing her job. And I thought it was sweet. I thought it was genuine. I thought it was very cool. But everybody was really upset about it. And
Well,
you'd think me, who has been off Lee Cohen, off the Jags, would be upset at something like, no, I'm okay with that. She's right. That was an awesome year. And, yeah, take that.
yeah,
We all need a lady like her in our corner.
yeah, telling us a nice thing.
Yeah.
What hold on.
Uh,
What was the offensive thing she said that
I don't
set
think anything
everyone off?
specific, but people were like really upset that she was so
Just
complimentary. Yeah, like that's like, no, you're supposed to berate them and that they lost. It's like, no, that was a cool change of pace. Thank you, ma'am, is what
yeah,
what Liam kept saying.
I think like a woman saying like, "Hey, great season," and that making people upset says more about the people getting upset
Oh yeah.
than anything else
I
going
thought it
on.
was weird discourse, but that's another one of those moments that it's like the internet, we're all broken. Like, what are we even? That should have been just like, oh, hey, cool moment, and you move on. Like I'm sure the
Yeah.
rest of the questions were brutal. So, like it's all right, guys. Deep breath. San Fran 23, Philly 19. This one felt good for me personally because Philly were pretenders all year. There's something about that Sirianni guy that I just don't like. And I think this was just another good game. And it sucks that San Fran lost Kittle. But I mean, they were the better team. If they were healthy, dude, oh my gosh. Oh my God. They would be the Super Bowl favorites if they were healthy.
Yeah, I agree with that. This was a good game. The Super Bowl hangover is so real. Like Philly has all the talent in the world, but I'm going to tell you, I hit a parlay this week. I picked every game, got them all right. Changed my mind from Jags to Bills at the last second. Smart.
You're
Pat
welcome.
myself on the back. Yeah, I mean, you had some influence there, I won't lie. Uh, but I had the 49ers in this game, and I didn't really ever feel like Philly was gonna overcome that hump. They didn't have the eye of the tiger. They won last year, and you could kind of tell. And it is very funny to me. AJ Brown, uh, all year he's bitched about, even when the Eagles were winning, he was bitching he wasn't getting the ball enough. And then a huge third down, Jalen Hurts throws one, hits AJ Brown right in his chest, right in his hands, and he drops it. And it's like, there you go. That's your season in a nutshell. You bitched all year about getting the ball in the biggest moment, third down, end of the game, need to convert, need some points. They go to AJ Brown, he drops it. Like, what else can you say?
That's got to be heading towards divorce, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Like, and I don't know. I just don't like Sirianni. I don't think I need to expand on that.
No. I think he's a good coach, won a Super Bowl. I think the Eagles will be fine, but they've been a little goofy all season, despite playing well. They're off. And it is what it is. I'm not surprised they lost as I bet.
It really makes you think what's going on with Dom DeSandro.
Yeah, what's going on with him? How about let's give the 49ers some props though.
Yeah, big win.
Big win.
A
Injured team. They
depleted team.
hurt all year, right? Like you said, lost Kittle. Brock Purdy, he had some rough passes, but he played well enough, and I think he can win a Super Bowl. Uh,
Yes.
I
Yeah. I
I wouldn't.
think, I mean, if that team keeps playing around him like he has been, I think he's a little bit overrated. Obviously the system, the whole thing, and that good roster around him. But he is just good enough that I think with a good team that he can win a Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
BigCat, this might be a really niche thing that I've been seeing lately. Have you seen the theory about the 49ers and why they're so injured?
No.
So I'm going to get some of this terminology incorrect, but a stone's throw away from what is it, Levi Stadium, whatever they have a practice facility nearby, or connected, whatever it is. There is like I don't know, I don't know there's like an electric plant or something along those lines that emits certain amount of electro waves, electromagnetic, whatever. And it's a bunch of like metrics I don't understand, like not decibels, but you know what I mean? Something weird like that it emits X amount and only X amount is like okay to be like humans to be around. And over that set amount, like degrades, what is the, fuck? Essentially the big thing for ligaments. I'm sounding like an idiot here. I should know this one. Like, oh, fuck. It's not like, all right. I'm sounding really bad. I'm going to look this
What
up.
I'm
Sorry,
hearing,
Jake.
what I'm hearing is this could all be fixed if they wore those copper bracelets that Brett Favre told me about on the late night programming.
I wonder if that would make it worse.
I think it sucks in all the electromagnetic waves.
Oh, this is on Daily Mail. This isn't good.
I could probably find a source on the copper bracelets.
According to researcher Peter Cohen, who is a board certified quantum biology practitioner, these frequent problems are due to chronic exposure to low frequency electromagnetic fields from an electrical substation right next to their stadium and practice facility.
Okay.
So
Cohen
claimed the exposure to these fields can degrade collagen, was the word I was looking for, weaken tendons, and cause soft tissue damage at levels regulators call, quote, safe. Damage is subtle until a routine cut or block or whatever, leads to a catastrophic rupture. So that's exactly it. If the Niners players are talking about it, that's hilarious. I'm in on this. They're chronically hurt. They always are. They have all these Achilles injuries. They have like 4 times the like league average, all this crazy shit. So that is what is plaguing the Niners, but they're fighting through. Jake hates it.
No,
hold
on. This is why they're called the 40-winers.
How often do I subscribe to a conspiracy theory? It's rare. I'm locked in on this one.
I love it.
No thoughts. Jake hates it. Jake hates everything.
That's
fine, Jacob.
But I think the most important lesson here is like we could probably sell like that colloidal silver shit.
Oh, those.
Like we could hawk that right outside the stadium to athletes.
The copper fit. You said that, right?
Copper fit, colloidal silver, gold leaf.
I got a guy that works for me. Awesome dude. Pushing 70 every morning. Comes in, full wrist brace, elbow braces. I can only imagine he's got knee braces on just for a day's work. And that's what I think I need to see the 49ers in. Is just as much protection as possible. Wear condoms.
You know what this country really could use? The return of lead.
Make us a little bit tougher.
We could be behind it. That's right. I mean, a bunch of pansy collagen ruining your football season. I bet if you had a little lead deflecting the harmful rays, the harmful sun rays.
Yeah.
You'd be in better shape heading towards the Super Bowl. So think about that.
That's why you see, think about Aaron Rodgers and his corded headphones. The Bluetooth messes with you per his grandpa.
Yeah. It's funny looking back on like 20-year-old commercials like the copper fit for Brett Favre and wondering like, how did Brett Favre fall for that? Like, how did And then as you get older, it's like, oh, obviously there's here's why. Well, but it's not only Brett Favre. There's lots of athletes.
Yeah, I
that you
see
can go, oh yeah.
Oh, what is it? What is it called? It's like Nugenics or something. It's not Doug Flutie. Is it Flutie?
It might be.
It's him and a baseball player. I couldn't tell you the baseball player's name, but they're like, yeah, we're young and fit. And then like the beginning of the video, it's like, oh man, I'm really struggling. And then like women are laughing at them. And then
Frank
later
Thomas,
on, they're
the
on
Big Hurt.
Frank.
Yeah.
But then they're on Nugenics.
Yeah.
And then the ladies are like, those guys are on Nugenics. I can tell. And then they're bumping uglies.
The Big Hurt with the big unit, not the big unit. Big unit was Randy Johnson. That would have been
Is that Doug Flutie?
I don't know if I've seen the Flutie commercial. I've seen it with Frank
I think they're together.
They might be. Like there might be some
Nugenics Total T.
Yeah, because it's like a testosterone supplement, right?
Right.
Yeah. And Frank Thomas is talking about how good he porks girls.
How do I look up who's in this cast? Look up the Nugenics cast.
I think it is Flutie. I know the commercial you're talking about.
Frank Thomas. Yeah, it's saying Frank Thomas. I just need images because I could. Oh. BigCat, have you seen?
I've seen at least the one with Frank Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie.
And that's Flutie. I don't think I've seen the commercial with Flutie. They made multiple with Frank Thomas. Yeah, they look good.
Frank Thomas
They look
is
like their dicks still get hard.
That's
yeah. They do.
Something tells me is that the point that was the point of this commercial.
Right. Yeah. They're still strong in the bedroom.
Nugenics Total T, hit us up. We can do ads for you. We can remake that actually, probably. Yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man. Shoot. All right. Anyway. Back to that's the San Fran and Philly game.
That's 49ers. That's 49ers Eagles. There you go. In a nutshell.
I love that so much. Oh boy. Can't really boom roast any games. If we would, this would be close. Chargers 3, New England 16. Boys, that Chargers offensive line bad.
Yeah.
And that is my note. And I kind of feel really bad for Herbert.
So I don't know exactly the metrics of this stat, so take all this with a grain of salt, but it was like offensive line grades for the year. And I don't know if it was PFF or what it was, but the Browns had I think it was the second to worst offensive line with out of 100, their line scored a 17. Not great.
No, that's good.
The Chargers had the lowest with a score of 5. 5. The Browns were second worst, and they were 12 imaginary points better. That's how bad that Chargers line is. A 5 out of 100 on the scale that I don't remember where I saw it from.
You remember I was telling you about Trey Pipkins?
Trey Pipkins, yeah.
That's
up.
Maybe part of the problem.
No. Yeah, Trey Pipkins getting a lot of time. This was an ugly game, though. And at no point did you think the Chargers were going to win. No.
There was like, they're still kind of close. But that was...
Yeah.
Right. Like, it was... Nothing really changed at any moment.
Yeah. Kind of a crap game to go out on that Sunday. But luckily we had a barn burner Monday night.
Houston 30, Pittsburgh 6. And Aaron Rodgers possibly ends his career on a pick 6. And that's just sweet, sweet justice, baby. 17 to 33, 146, no touchdowns and a pick. Houston. So let's say a few things. Stroud was bad. Terrible. Yep. I think 3 total turnovers. Jake has written down 5 fumbles. I think, 3 of them would have been then recovered by the Texans.
Yeah.
Texans did have 2 defensive touchdowns late in the fourth. But their defense, and honestly, the Steelers' defense played well enough to win that game. Like, that was not on their defense. But the Texans' defense is everything that everybody has said they are. They're fucking awesome. And we talked about tackling and all those things. The Texans, every position tackles. They were talking about Kamari Lassiter and Petrie. And Petrie flipped to a nickel. He used to be a strong safety, just whacking dudes. But now he's playing closer to the ball, doing the same thing. And I love Kamari Lassiter as well. And that's not even to mention who's that beautiful man. He might have to be my beefcake. Their other corners, Derek Stingley. And, I mean, you got Azeez Al-Shire, who is awesome. He might be the beefcake, actually, inside. And then 2 of the best pass rushers in the league, Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter. Like, their defense is fucking awesome. They attack you. Rodgers was terrified. I don't blame him. He was getting murdered. And then anytime, their offense is the West Coast. They can't, they don't really have any deep threats. They're throwing it short, doing those things. They are on top of them all night. He doesn't have any time to throw it. And when he does, there's a guy on top of them right away. It was awesome to watch as a defensive podcast.
It was pretty great to watch. And I picked fun at this game. Houston 30, Pittsburgh 6. This game was tight until about halfway through the fourth quarter, maybe a little before that. But
it was 7-6, like 80% of the game.
The whole game, yeah. The Steelers defense was effective because they were getting a hand on CJ Stroud. A lot of those fumbles, on passing plays, the pocket gets tight and somebody pokes an arm out and just touches the ball, and now it's loose. Just a lot of little annoying plays by that Steelers defense, but that's the sign of a good defense. The sign of a great defense is what the Texans were doing. Something the broadcast pointed out that I think is interesting is, as a defense, you have to be so reactive, especially with, make fun of Aaron Rodgers, whatever, but he is a veteran that has a great football mind. So he can create some mismatches and things like that. The Texans are one of the rare defensive units that could just line up and play their defense. And you're going to have to figure it out because they're solid everywhere. Like, there is no weak point for you to audible to get a better matchup. There are no better matchups. Like, you just have to beat them. You have to be better than them. Which makes the Texans a very scary team in these playoffs. They would be a fun team.
It's a Super Bowl defense.
It is. It is for sure. And what we got, Houston, Denver. They could beat Denver.
Houston, New England.
Is it Houston? Oh, that's right. It is New England. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, this was still a good game until the end, when the Texans scored that touchdown. They were already up. What was it? It was 10-6 at that point, right? That put them 16-6, up 10. It's over. It's over. Like, the Steelers weren't scoring again on that defense, and the Texans are going to be really scary going forward.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. You want to get into these quick picks?
Yeah, let's go. I got to leave.
So, Buffalo at Denver. Denver is favored by 1.5 in Mile High. I am going with the Buffalo Bills. Pull it out.
Buffalo last year beat the Broncos by 28 in the playoffs, didn't they? Wasn't it 28?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you remember that big, long play? I don't remember who it was to. But Bo Nix hit a huge play in the first quarter, went up 7-0, like a 75-yard touchdown. And immediately it was like, oh, these Broncos are real. They're here to fight. They're here to go. And then Josh Allen and the Bills just rolled off like 35 straight. And it was like 35-7. Broncos offense never got rolling again. I think this is the end of the road for the Broncos. I'll take the Bills too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is shocking.
Yeah. I don't
Wow.
like it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I think the Broncos have overachieved, and I think just Josh Allen's going to get it done. Wow. Okay. Wow. San Fran at Seattle. Seattle's favored by 7.5 points. I do think Seattle's going to win this game. It's kind of hard to say what Darnold we're going to get, but I'm picking San Fran because I think 7.5 is too much,
That's a
even
lot
with
of
the
points,
injuries.
right?
Yeah, even with the injuries.
And I mean, so the injuries they've had all year, Kittle obviously going out sucks, but Tonjes is good. Like,
Hodges has been really good. Yeah.
yeah, I don't understand this line. It's a divisional game in the playoffs
Yeah.
here. I'm going to take the 49ers too, and I actually agree. I think the Seahawks are going to win, but this is going to be like it's going to be a brawl.
Yeah.
Over a 7-point line is pretty crazy.
I agree. What is next? Houston at New England. New England is favored by 3 points. I thought the wheels were going to fall off last week. I wasn't actually overly impressed with New England. They're not going to be able to get that same kind of pressure that they did. Houston's offensive line isn't, anything to write home about, but they're not going to get that same pressure. And that Houston defense, if there's anything that's going to trip Drake May up, it's that Houston defense. I'm taking Houston.
I don't blame you taking Houston points at all. That defense does look really good. That being said, my Super Bowl picks the Patriots. And I got to think that the Steelers defense played well against the Texans. I think the Patriots defense is better. I think they got a better defensive minded head coach. And I think they could shake up Stroud enough to put Drake May in some good field position, and they're just going to have to grind out a win over the Texans. I'm going to pick them, but I don't feel great about it.
Okay, I respect it. Los Angeles Rams at Chicago Bears.
We're going to split here, though.
The Rams are favored by 3.5 points. I think the Rams are a far better team, and I think this is where the wheels fall off for the Bears. They've had a lot of fluky isn't fair type of wins, but I'm going to go with the Rams to cover that 3.5.
I'm going to take the Bears, and I'm going to take the points. I think they're my team I'm pulling for the hardest here. That'd be a fun story. It'd be a fun story. And I think if the Bears win here, well, I don't know. This is a good final 8 we got here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just excited for more football this weekend. I'm going to take the Bears. Give me Caleb Williams writing the first successful chapter of his Hall of Fame career. Future Hall of Famer
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams.
I didn't have a true beefcake, guys, so
you could just
I'll leave
piggyback
to
on
it.
Caleb Williams.
I mean, I did talk about the Houston defense and Derek Stingley. Beautiful, beautiful man. I already named all those cats that I really like. And then Sheldon Rankins had a touchdown. Sheldon Rankins is still hanging around.
Yes.
So I'll go the Houston defense for my beefcake. And I guess D'Amico, the head of
D'Amico, I was going to say.
Yeah.
We were, at least I was pushing the narrative he might be fired with how they were performing early.
10 straight.
Mm-hmm.
They're the hottest team in football.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's going to be another good weekend of football, boys.
Yes, sir.
Jake, beef?
No beef.
Jake's got beef, just none he's willing to share on the show. Do you have a least cake of the week, Snake Up?
Yes.
Or is this Brooke? Is this Brooke?
Brooke and I spoke extensively, and since the the beef cake of the week is sponsored by the SpongeBob Champion. The least cake of the week is sponsored by TJ Watt. It's always going to be the TJ Watt least cake of the week. And the TJ Watt least cake of the week this week is Mike Tomlin. And it's because it's for a few reasons. I mean, this guy, he could even make it to 20 years as a head coach for a team. That's kind of ridiculous, only making it 19
Cowardly.
years. He quote unquote stepped down from his role. He couldn't even take it like a man and get fired. He had to step down. So I'm sure nothing weird going on behind the scenes there. But anyway, he's least cake material, and I think this is the perfect time to give him his award.
That's fair. That's fair.
I
Congratulations.
genuinely think he stepped down.
Oh,
I don't think the
yeah.
Steelers were gonna make a move.
Oh yeah, totally.
Well, shit, guys, I don't have anything else.
No, let's go. We'll see you next week.
All right,
All
bye,
right,
guys.
later, skaters.